Hello and welcome to Access You TV. My name is Michelle Edhouse and today is the start of a new program that I'm running, and it's called the Distractor Implants of Parenting. Now, it's not going to be every day for the next 26 days, but it will be 2 or 3 videos a week over the next goodness knows how long, as long as it takes me to do all of the 24, 26 distractor implants that there are. Now, what are the distractor implants? The distractor implants are literally that. They are there to distract you from being you. They're just there to distract you from creating, from being functioning, from consciousness, and they're there to distract you from the phenomenons you truly be. Now, when it comes to parenting, these distractor implants come into play something chronic and so the first 4 that I'd like to look at over this next little period are the blame, shame, regret and guilt. Now, if any of you are parents, you will know that those 4 distractor implants are things that most of us come across, hit up against, if not daily, at least once in our parenting career. So let's start with that first one, blame. And blame is something that we do to our children, and they do to us, and we do to ourselves with regards to whether or not we should have done that, been that, said that, did that, and all of that stuff. So when you are functioning from the distractor implant of blame, you shut off your awareness from what actually occurred and what actually can create a change in the here and now. Because really, no matter what has happened any time in the past, whether that's 1 microsecond ago or 10 years ago or longer, who knows, oh, hello Batman. The blaming someone, whether it's yourself or someone else, can actually create you stopping being aware of what's required to create the change that you desire. So say for example, your child has been caught stealing, and if you are blaming yourself for not having taught them a certain thing, or not having been a certain place at a certain time, or if you're blaming them for choosing it, if you're blaming their friend for having taught them that, whatever you're teaching, you're blaming, whoever you're blaming, can you actually see what else is possible? Can you actually see what could create the change that will, quote unquote, put your child on the right path, whether it's to get them into a situation where they've apologized before it's been noticed, or they start to create a different reality where stealing isn't part of their reality. So the cool thing about the distractors is they are hiding something underneath. They're distracting you from being aware. They're distracting you from knowing what you know. So one of the cool questions that you can ask for any of the distractor implants, and I'm going to put a link in the description below to the book called Living Beyond Distraction by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here, and it's a phenomenal book, and it goes over all of the distractor implants in detail. And so what you can do is you can say, right, if I wasn't functioning from blame, what would I be aware of? If I wasn't functioning from blame, what could I create different? If I wasn't functioning from blame, what else is possible? And it starts to open up that space of, something else is possible beyond what I've decided through the blame. and all the distractor implants I've got running here, I destroy and uncreate them all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. And anytime you notice that blame starting to come up, oh, if only I'd done this as a baby, when they were a baby, they wouldn't be doing this. If I'd taught them how to do this, they wouldn't be doing this. If only I'd, oh, I'm so terrible, bad and wrong that this has happened. Oh, they're so terrible, bad and wrong that this has happened. All the distractor implants creating this, pock and pod, pock and pod, pock and pod. If I wasn't functioning from blame here, what would I be aware of? What could I choose different? So I'm looking forward to sharing the other distractor implants with you in this series in relationship to parenting, because they are just so integral in this society, and it doesn't have to be that way. So are you ready and willing to start to create a different possibility, your reality with parenting? If so, jump onto my YouTube channel and subscribe so that you get upcomings, or you can join the daily question newsletter that I have on my website, and that will give you the daily vlogs as well. So I look forward to sharing these amazing tools with you and what else is possible beyond the distractors. Cheers.